to be launching a tasty pastry. It's a low-carb Pop-Tart. It's got 3 to 4 grams of net carbs, and we love this show. This is our best place to be in LA.
Welcome back to Legendary Foods Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Wednesday, August 10th, 2022. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. Once again, we're back and better than ever with another brand new edition of Recap Wednesday. And as you probably guessed, we're kicking things off today with a recap of the IFBB Tampa Pro, which absolutely lived up to the hype in more ways than one. In the men's open, we saw our pre-show favorite dark horse, Akeem Williams, return to the winner's circle after delivering one of the best performances of his career, narrowly edging out a very, very good 212 Olympia champ in Kamal El Gargni. In the 212 division, the big headline comes from Keon Pearson, who was absolutely spectacular in his season debut, as he secured a trip back to the Olympia stage with the big victory. In classic physique, we saw the silent killer, Courage Opara, deliver his all-time best, which is why he secured the win. And in men's physique, we saw Daniel Amons emerge as the last man standing in what might have been the deepest lineup of the season up till this point. Now we're shifting gears to the women's side of things, where we're starting with the women's bodybuilding and your winner, Chelsea Dion, who cruised to a big victory here despite being up against a deep lineup. In women's physique, it was Jeannie Feldman who earned the first win of her pro career and a trip to the Olympia stage. So congratulations to her on a job well done. In fitness, we saw perennial Olympia contender Warika Tigale add another title to her season total with a strong performance here. And in figure, Jessica Reyes Padilla delivered a haymaker from the second she stepped out onto the stage. Unbelievable job to her to secure the win. In bikini, we saw Amy Leon Vasquez collect the first win of her IFBB pro career. And we're wrapping up our coverage here with the wellness division, where we saw Diane Vidusco Carino bring home the victory. Next up, we're heading out to the desert in Phoenix, where we had plenty of primetime men's physique action on display at last weekend's inaugural Phoenix Pro. And when it was all said and done, we saw a familiar face in Rodrigue Chesnier end the evening as the last man standing. The runner-up spot went to longtime veteran of this division, Jeremy Coleman, who brought home the highest placing of his pro career. So congratulations to him on a job well done. Third place went to Jeremiah Maxey, who's quietly putting together one hell of a rookie season so far. Fourth place went to Zach Savoy, and rounding out the top 5, we had a seasoned veteran in the name of Frank Worley. Way over on the other side of the Pacific, we also had some international bikini action on display last weekend out in the Garden City of Singapore, where the big headline comes from your winner, Karen Nguyen, who secured her first Olympia qualification thanks to a strong performance. Second place went to Thailand's Natalia Konghun, who did just enough to hold off a strong late push from Australia's Shayna Garica, forcing her to settle for a hard-fought third place. Sliding into fourth and fifth respectively, we have Heather Haiman Khan and Wan Lam Samantha Kwan, who might be the first athlete from Hong Kong to make the recap Wednesday, if memory serves correctly. And our final recap for the day comes to you courtesy of Hunter Labrada, who took the stage as the featured guest poser at his old man's signature show, the Lee Labrada Classic, over this past weekend. And just like we've seen all year long, Hunter absolutely electrified the crowd with what he brought to the table here. And well, now that he's into the early stages of his Olympia prep, we're starting to see a few new details peek out that we hadn't seen in quite a while, which lets you know that Hunter is where he needs to be. Given his track record, well, you could probably make a solid argument for Hunter deserving a few more mentions as a potential top 6 contender again this year when you take into consideration how consistent he's been and the fact that this will be the longest gap between shows that he's had his entire career. Because if he continues the upward trend that he's had from the jump, there's no reason to believe that he can't continue to climb the ladder in this division. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.